Okay, so in the last video I talked about putting 15 watt HIDs in the headlights, plugging them into the sockets coming out of the headlights, and running my 35 watt HIDs for the low beams. That did not work at all. For whatever reason, whether it was the electronics, the computer, power, electricity, I don't know, but the car would only allow one set of ballasts to be on at a time. So either the 15 watts were on or the low beam 35 watts were on, but I couldn't get them both to be on at the same time. I tried different setups, whether it was with a relay harness, power from the headlight, all relay harnesses, just power from the headlight. It just wouldn't work. So I'm following up with my new plan today. First off, the headlights, just to show the finished part. Let's see, there we go. Anyways, I got in there with my Dremel and cleaned it out as best I could. There's plenty of space, top to bottom, for the HID, so it doesn't melt anything. It looked awesome when they were on, though. I will say that. It was definitely worth putting them in. They are very visible, very distinct. Now, as far as what I'm going to try to do now, in an older video I made, I showed a double relay harness that I put in my car. Basically, this was so that the low beams only come on when you want them to, so either when it's dark out or when you turn the low beams on using the light stock by your steering wheel. I've modified it. So I had two 4-pin relays. Now I have a 4-pin relay and a 5-pin relay. With the 5-pin relay, power and ground is this socket right here. This is going to connect to the power wire, the socket that's going to come out of here when I put the HIDs back in. These right now are just the old dust caps that I had with the halogens. I'd gotten another set that I drilled and put the HIDs in, but I just put these on while I was working on it because I don't want to damage the HIDs or the dust caps. Anyways, power and ground from that. Then the 5-pin relay harness, there's a 5th pin here in the middle. See if I can zoom in. So basically the power will come in here when your low beams normally turn on, and then it comes out here to that 5th pin in the center, which goes to this, which is, you know, the one closest to it on the passenger side, because that's where I'm installing it. And then the longer one goes to the driver's side. Now, the trigger here, basically you have this white and this black. These triggers are going to go to the side marker. When that turns on, then the power goes from this power out pin to this power out pin. This power out pin then runs to the 4-pin relay. Now on the 4-pin relay, it runs into the positive for the trigger. The power is going to be coming from this fused terminal. That's going to go to the positive jump post under the hood. So when the power from the 5th relay comes in here, the ground wire for that trigger, as well as the ground for the wiring going to the 35 watt HIDs, that's all going to go to the negative or ground jump post under the hood. So the trigger for this one is when the power gets triggered to come from here to here. So basically those 15 watt HIDs will be on during the day, and then when the side marker light comes on at night, or if you turn your headlights on, then the power will switch from the 5th pin in the middle to the 5th pin running out here to trigger this one, and this one will then trigger to allow the power to run out to the low beams. So that's how that's going to work. I'm also thinking of adding some additional LEDs in there as far as like in the bumper itself, because I'm going to be swapping over to the D3 RS bumper, so I thought maybe some lighting down in those two lower pockets, you know, in the corners where the I don't know what you want to call them. I guess what would be air duct for braking, you know, if you had a sports car. But normally it's just grills there. The D3 RS bumper has no grills. I made a couple grills, but you can. It's just mesh. There's no backing to it, so you'll see the LED lights coming through. It might look nice at night. Something I'll try. But anyways, that's just the new thing I did. I just altered the double relay harness I already had to now become a, you know, power source for the 15 watt, and then when the headlights turn on, the power flows through for the 35 watt, so that way they're not both trying to be on at the same time, causing the car to have like a heart attack. So that's that. Next video I show will hopefully be with the bumper on, all nice and compound and polished, with the updated lighting. So just a heads up with an update.